Hi you guys, today we're back with another video. Today we're going to be making spaghetti with ground turkey and andouille sausage. But first thing for the spaghetti, I want to get started on our noodles. So the first thing about getting started with spaghetti noodles, you need a pot of water. No noodles until your water starts to boil. Okay, you might want to add some salt in it, you know. But other than that, do not add the noodles until you start to see your water boil. Alright guys, we're back. So I noticed I told you, I said you got to make sure the water is boiling. But when your water starts to look like this is good enough for you to add your noodle. So I am using whole wheat pasta noodles. Look, whole wheat pasta noodles. You can use the regular noodles, whatever noodles you want, but I'm just choosing to use whole wheat. And me, you can leave yours alone. I don't like to leave my noodles that way. I like to break them up in there, because when I'm eating spaghetti, I like to get the noodles and meat and all that in one bite without pasta sauce going everywhere. So this is why I like my noodles short, because I tend to think it holds a little less pasta sauce when you try to eat it. So we're gonna break up. And again, y'all know I'm on my one pot tip, so we're gonna be using this pot again to do the meat. We just getting our noodles all up in there. Alright, so I used a whole long bag of noodles, guys. And just gonna let that, boil. I can use this. Yeah, we can use this. So you don't want to stir it now. It's not time to stir it yet, but when it starts to boil, you want to stir the noodles, let it boil for a little bit more, and I'll show you what it looks like when it starts to boil with the noodles in. Our noodles are slowly but surely starting to boil, you guys. So I just want to use a fork to check it. They're pretty much done. One thing about noodles is if you let them sit in the water, right, they're going to swell up and it's going to be more. And I don't want that for my noodles. So I just want to make sure they're nice and soft. Let's see. They are soft, you guys. Look at that. So I'm going to use this one noodle to test if it's soft. What you think? I think it is. So and I wanted to say one thing about wheat noodles is really no difference as far as taste when you're using the white pasta noodles. Yeah, it's no different in taste to me anyway. But again, I'm using whole wheat. You can use whatever noodles you want to use, but I'm just giving you a quick, easy way on how to make spaghetti, a good spaghetti at that can kind of feed maybe like 5 or 6 people, or you can have it for lunch the entire week. All right, so I'm about to take these noodles off the water, and we're gonna start on our meat. All right, everyone. So I like to use sausages in my spaghetti, right? So I like to use the andouille Cajun style, and this is what it looks like, you guys. Like the Cajun smoked andouille sausages in my spaghetti. So to show you about how much I use, use all of it again because I kind of try to measure everything out to how much noodles I got. I mean, you want a little bit more meat than noodles, but not so much. And as to how much sausage I use, this is how much I'm putting up. So I cut the curve and the other long side of it. Alright, but you can use as much andouille sausage as you would like. So, I don't put no seasoning in this. I don't put no seasoning in this because, again, I like to fry mine first before I mix it in with my ground turkey mix. And you guys, I like using ground turkey because in dishes like that, ground turkey is so fast to cook, and it's a much more healthier, option. I'm not all the way there with the healthiness yet, but I'm getting there. But these sausages is really gonna add a nice spin to your spaghetti. Now I like to cook mine first before I put it in with my ground turkey, and the reason why that is because I like it to be a little dark and crunchy, my sausage. But however way you do it, as long as you cook them first before you do, or you can do it together. You can, if you're using ground beef takes, a little bit longer for ground turkey to get cooked. So you can cook it in your ground beef if you want to. But I am going to put this in my ground turkey, but just not yet. I like to cook mine first. Any oil you have, you don't need much oil because, beef sausages, make their own oil. But any oil you want to put in to cook your sausages in, you could do that. We're not going to spend a lot of time cooking these because, again, we're going to cook them again in the ground turkey. Put them to a little bit. Get them nice and done. See how your sausages are starting to get caramelized? That's how I like mine to be. I mean, I'm going to do mine a little bit darker. But again, I just wanted to give you an idea on, if you never made spaghetti before with sausages, just an idea on, how it should look, like a caramelization type of thing before you take it off the fire. Alright, you guys, our sausages are done. Now we're going to start on our ground turkey. So what I did was I took some of the grease from our beef andouille sausage, smoked sausages, and I'm going to use that to cook our ground turkey, okay? So I'm going to use about 1.5 pounds of the ground turkey. Just put it in like that. But you can use how much ever you want to. So again, I'd like to measure it out by the noodles. I like to have more noodles. More meat than noodles, you guys. So we're not going to use the rest of that just now. Let me... Get that off real quick. Get that off my hand. Yeah, so. Alright. Now, I like to use, put my onions and green peppers in at the same time as I'm cooking it, because I like to taste the green peppers and onions in my spaghetti. To me, that's what makes the spaghetti for me. I don't know about nobody else, but just for me. Green pepper. So this is about this is 2 cups of green peppers, about 2 green bell peppers and 2 white onion peppers. I use 1 of each. I just chopped them up. I didn't know how much I was gonna need, and I did so. Didn't know how much I was gonna need, so I just chopped 2 bell peppers, 2 white onions up. Alright. Get the meat off that real quick. Now, we come into the seasons, alright? Garlic powder. Use some garlic powder. Y'all, I use turmeric on everything, so please forgive me. Turmeric and everything. I use ground cumin. Ground cumin. I love the taste of that. I like my stuff a little spicy, so I'm gonna use some cayenne pepper. Just a little bit. Y'all see, I only used a little bit in there. Even though we got onions, let's still use some onion salt in there. Alright. And we're going to use garlic, salt, and parsley in there. And that's it. That's all the seasons I'm using in mine. And you see, I just kind of, spread it around. The seasoning around. Just gonna let that cook. But I wanted to get all my seasonings all in it first. So we're gonna let that cook down, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's finished cooking. It's coming along pretty good so far, but one of the seasonings that I forgot to tell you to add into your spaghetti, and this is really important because I think this is what makes the spaghetti, and I'm going to say Italian season. So you can be a little bit generous with the Italian season if you want to, because again, spaghetti is an Italian dish. And I also add smoked paprika, just a little bit. Again, I'm not giving out the measurements on the seasonings, and the reason why that is because these are home dishes that you can make. They quick. You can add as much seasoning as you want, but the rule of thumb for seasoning with me is I only like to add a little bit. I can add what I need when the dishes are done, because I just have a fear in making my food too salty, and that'll ruin it for me. If my food too salty, it'll ruin it. I'm sorry. So I only add a little bit. My little bit is if I cover the meat, you know what I mean? That's my little bit, enough to cover the meat a little bit. And that's how I judge my seasonings, So again, if I need more when the meal is ready, I will add some more when the meal is done. So it's coming along. So I would say now it's almost just about done. Notice it didn't take us that long for the ground turkey to get done. And you see how the green peppers and onions, you still can see it. Some people, when you eat their spaghetti and they add green peppers and onions, you can't see it because they done you know, cooked it down. But that's okay. It was in their house, so they cooked it how they wanted to. So I added our sausages in, and now I'm going to use the little spatula I got to cook this in. Let the sausages cook in with the ground turkey, right? See, that's a good, I think we're going to be good with the noodles. We probably can use all our noodles in this. Ooh, this going to smell so good. So let's let that cook in. The flavors cook in that for a minute. Soak in that for a minute. Alright, as you can see, I added the tomato paste in our spaghetti. That's how I like to do my spaghetti. I add tomato paste in it. I did not drain our greases and juices out of our sausage and ground turkey mix, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. The tomato paste is supposed to thicken your spaghetti, and I feel like I need flavor to my spaghetti, but also I like my spaghetti a little bit sweet. I'm not going to get in that debate with you guys right now, but again, when you're cooking your spaghetti, you can do it your way. Just going to mix this tomato paste down, let it melt down. Stir it in first before you add your sauce. I just got a garlic, basil, and oregano tomato paste. So I'm about to add my sauce in. I don't like my spaghetti too saucy, you guys, because I just like to enjoy it as one unit, the noodles, the meat, without it being too saucy. I'm the same way with ribs. I don't like my ribs too much barbecue sauce on it, but that's another cooking show. So I know what you're thinking. That ain't spaghetti, that's sandwich mix. No, it's not. I'm about to get a little saucy. Now, see how I loosened up a bit. So, there go your meat sauce for your spaghetti. So, I put my noodles that was sitting on the side, cooling down. I just put it in my meat mix. Look at this, you guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, you guys. This looks so good. So good. It's enough meat, enough noodles, everything. So good. So the debate is over. That debate is over about the sugar goes into spaghetti. Because what you think that is? Sugar. That's a half a cup of sugar that I'm about to melt down in my spaghetti. Again, if you don't like spaghetti in your sugar in your spaghetti, you don't have to put it in there. I like sugar in my spaghetti, so that's why I put it in here. This looks so good, you guys. You know it do. Ooh, this looks good.